G'day guys, Drew from Gold Coast Wood Design. Just going through how we glue up our serving boards and how they are joined. So we edge glue them. It comes in 3 parts, sometimes 4 depending on the width, and we biscuit join each of those edges so that they'll never come apart. So we guarantee them for life. If they do come apart, just send them back and we will replace it free of charge. So we've got 3 beautifully edged boards here, and we've got a biscuit join ready to go. So we're just going to be gluing it up with some Titebond 3. So it's a great food grade glue that will basically never come apart. Again, if it does, send the board back and we'll replace it. Okay, so here we go. So you put a nice bead of glue all the way along. I do both surfaces as well, so I not only just do one surface, I do both surfaces so that we have a nice solid join on each of these boards, and we get good coverage on the glue joint. I just run my finger along that bead just to flatten it out and make sure that every part of that timber is nice and wet. And then I'll insert the biscuits into the join. There's plenty of glue in the middle there. We'll just cover them up as well. So we've got a generous amount of glue. Oh, that one's a bit stiff. Replace that one. We want to ensure we get a good bond so that your board will never come apart. So we just put a bit of glue on this side. If it looks a bit thin, I'll just put a bit more on. Just ensure we get a really good glue joint. Fair bit of excess squeezes out, but better to have too much than not enough. Just line that up. And we just repeat the process. Good glue joint. We've got this last side here as well. A bit more glue in that joint. These are just your standard biscuits. I will be upgrading to a Festool domino jig or domino system very soon. These are just your standard biscuits that you can get from the hardware. Again, so you've got full coverage of glue. Just line them up. And then we'll lay that down carefully. Got my sash clamps ready to go. We'll just give it a tighten up. I don't worry about protecting the edges of the board. It's going to get trimmed down a little bit narrower and be sanded to a nice finish. And just make sure the board's nice and level as well. Got a couple of extra clamps that will actually just level up that board. This is just in making sure that that serving board is perfectly flat on the edges. So I have minimal sanding and finishing to do. Just keeping the board nice and parallel, nice and level, nice and flat. Put a bit of juice. Make sure we get a nice bond. Put a couple more clamps on top. So just raise that one up a bit. So the clamp doesn't stick to the board. Final tighten up. And there you have it. I'll just clean the excess glue off and then we'll be shaping the board very soon.